Hey guys, so now we're going to be talking about the converse. So suppose the conditional statement of the form if P then Q is given. The converse of if P then Q is if Q then P. Symbolically, the converse of P implies Q is Q implies P. Okay, so let's remember that the converse of P implies Q is Q implies P. This is really important. You need to know that the converse of the original conditional statement is not logically equivalent to its original conditional statement. So P implies Q is not logically equivalent to Q implies P. So if we have this if-then statement right here, P is a square would be P, P is a rectangle would be Q, and in order to take the converse of if P then Q, we would just rewrite this to be if Q then P. So if P is a rectangle, then P is a square. This is the converse of this if-then statement. Okay, next one. If today is New Year's Eve, then tomorrow is January. So this right here could be P, this right here could be Q. If P then Q becomes if Q then P. So if tomorrow is January, if tomorrow is January, then today is New Year's Eve. Then today is New Year's Eve. So if P then Q became if Q then P, and this right here is the converse of this original if-then statement. Next one, if n is prime, then n is odd, or n is 2. So this right here would be P, this right here would be Q. If P then Q becomes if Q then P, so if this entire guy, so if n is odd or n is 2, so if Q, then P, n is prime. And the next one, if x is non-negative, then x is positive or x is 0. In order to find the converse of this, we label this if part as P, label this then part as Q, and then change if P then Q into if Q then P. So if x is positive or x is 0, then x is non-negative. This right here is the converse of this original if-then statement. Lastly, if Tom is Anne's father, then Jim is her uncle and Sue is her aunt. So this right here is P, this right here is Q. If P then Q becomes if Q then P. So if Jim is her uncle and Sue is her aunt, which is Q, if Jim is her uncle and Sue is her aunt, then P, then Tom is Anne's father. With the converse, you don't need to take any negations. You can take the entire then part or the entire if part without having to worry about the Morgan's law. So it's really easy once you get the hang of it. All right.